We'll close the chapter by adding some music to the start of our presentation to give our audience something to listen to on loop until we begin our meeting. I've already got a jazzy piece selected, and you'll find it among the exercise files in Chapter 4. Note that adding audio to PowerPoint can be a tricky experience depending on your file. If you've purchased it from some online stores, it may be copy protected and thus unable to import into PowerPoint. But if you've ripped the file using a CD and saved it into a common format such as MP3 or WMA, PowerPoint should have no problem playing it. Since we want this music to play automatically at the first slide, we'll make sure we're on slide number 1. From the Insert tab, we'll pull down the Audio menu, which gives us 3 options. The third, Record Audio, allows us to use a microphone to add our own sounds, perhaps a message we want to record for a self-running slideshow. The second option, Clip Art Audio, lets us search for stock sound effects the same way we would add stock photography and illustrations. There isn't much to choose from, but they are free. The first option, Audio from File, is what we want to insert a file we already have. We'll navigate to our exercise files and into Chapter 4, where our jazz file is waiting. The icon appears with a preview bar and volume control, but the Audio Tools Playback tab found in the ribbon is where most of our commands are. Here we can tell PowerPoint we want the sound to begin when I click, like animation, or automatically as soon as the slide appears. Note I can also have the sound play across all slides, like background music to my presentation. I can also have the sound loop until I stop it. Let's choose to start automatically and loop until stopped. Pressing F5 begins our slideshow and our music. Notice that as soon as I click, the audio ends. If I return to slide 1 by hitting back, and then pressing the spacebar, the music begins again. This icon here also allows us to pause and resume the audio and change the volume. We can also use it to skip forward and back. However, the icon is a bit distracting. I could move the icon somewhere less conspicuous, or I can choose Hide During Show to make it invisible. If you would rather play music from your computer's built-in CD player, you can. But first we need to add the command to PowerPoint's toolbar. It's not available by default. You'll only have to do this next step once. Right-click anywhere on the ribbon and choose Customize Quick Access Toolbar. In the dialog box that appears, pull down this menu and choose All Commands. Here we see every single command that PowerPoint has, many of which are hidden from us. We'll skip down to Play CD Audio Track and click Add. Then OK. And now we have the new command here in our Quick Access Toolbar. Again, you'll only need to do that once. Now that we have the command to play CDs in a slideshow, we can click it and it starts with a dialog box asking us which tracks to start with and finish on. We can start on track 1 and finish on track 5 minutes in. We can loop the audio until stopped and hide the audio icon during the show. Now we have an icon on our slide, much like the one we did before, with a special ribbon tab called CD Audio Tools. Just like before, we can set the CD to play automatically, loop until stopped, and other effects and volume controls. If you decide to remove audio from your presentation, it's as simple as deleting the icon that represents it. We'll select it and press Delete. And here's a quick tip. While running your show, tap Alt-P to pause and unpause your audio at any time. And now we'll move on to tips and techniques that help us make the most of our technology.